America's most terrifying disaster in history. A tragic accident has occurred in American history. As you can see on your screen, an American Airlines plane in Washington collided with a Blackhawk military helicopter. The current situation appears so severe that it is highly unlikely anyone will survive. So far, around 20 bodies have been recovered. American Airlines has confirmed that there were 60 passengers on board, along with approximately 4 crew members. Additionally, the Blackhawk helicopter had 3 American military personnel on board. The circumstances surrounding this incident suggest that the chances of survival are extremely rare. If anyone does survive, it would be nothing short of a miracle. The most shocking revelation about this disaster is how it even happened in the first place. Former President Trump also commented on the situation, expressing his outrage. He stated that the airplane was following its designated route towards the airport, but the helicopter's trajectory was questionable. The plane's lights were clearly visible, and the helicopter could have either ascended, descended, or maneuvered left or right. Why did it not communicate with the control tower? Why did it not report its position? Trump has vowed to conduct a thorough investigation into the matter. If it is discovered that a foreign entity was involved or that some form of advanced technology was used, then this could be one of the biggest conspiracies in American history. If such interference is confirmed, it could potentially cripple the U.S. Air Force, rendering its aircraft and technology ineffective. It is worth noting that just yesterday, an American F-35 also crashed. This raises concerns about whether such incidents are isolated accidents or part of a larger scheme. Sometimes, when disasters occur, governments attempt to suppress or divert the news. By shifting focus elsewhere, they control the narrative. Now, consider the gravity of this situation. It is being reported that freezing temperatures at the crash site are making rescue operations difficult. No one knows how many, if any, have survived. The authorities are unable to confirm whether anyone is alive at this point. As time passes, bodies are being recovered from the wreckage. Imagine how severe the cold is at the crash site and how, despite this, a Blackhawk helicopter managed to enter Reagan International Airport's airspace and collide head-on with a passenger plane. Does this even make sense? How did this happen? A military helicopter has the capability to maneuver in multiple directions: left, right, up, or down. The entire world witnessed this shocking event unfold. Trump's primary concern is whether a foreign power played a role in this disaster. If that is the case, America's security is at serious risk. The stock market has already responded. American Airlines stock has started crashing. It's natural for stock prices to drop following negative news, as passengers may avoid flying with the airline. A similar situation occurred with Malaysian Airlines after their tragedies, and it took years for them to recover. This incident involves the Black Hawk helicopter, one of the most widely used military helicopters in the world, deployed in Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and Israel. It has played a crucial role in modern warfare. Given its track record, how did it end up colliding directly with a passenger plane? Trump wants to know how the helicopter continued flying straight into the aircraft, despite having a clear view of it from a distance. Why was there no communication with the control tower? This is the second major incident in recent days, following the F-35 crash. Now, if an investigation reveals that the helicopter lost communication with air traffic control or was remotely hijacked, what conclusions can we draw? Black Hawk pilots are highly trained professionals. No pilot would knowingly crash into an oncoming aircraft. If it turns out that the helicopter was taken over remotely, then this situation is even more alarming. It suggests that an external force controlled it and deliberately directed it toward the collision. If that is the case, how can such a crisis be resolved? Currently, America is in full panic mode. If we analyze the sequence of events, Trump's political rise seems to be facing hurdles one after another. First, a major fire, then this shocking incident, followed by other unexplained developments. F-35, now think about what Trump has done. When Mark Milley, the former Army Chief of America, was involved, what happened is that Trump revoked his security clearance. Specifically, He is no longer going to get any security because he had called Trump a fascist. Imagine, this army chief, when Trump was president, had refused to follow his orders in the final days. Why would an army chief refuse to follow the president's orders? Because, in reality, it is the establishment that governs there, and they didn't accept the idea of a president doing things his way. Now, Trump has said that he is not going to let go of the big players. First, he targeted the army chief, knowing that if he could take control of the military, everything else would fall into place. Now, think about the direction things are heading. If you look at the past few days, China has crashed the American stock market with deep-sea strategies. Alibaba came in and deep-sixed their market, overtaking the U.S. stock market. After this, the F-35 project, which is a $2 trillion venture, started facing trouble. Keep in mind that each unit of the F-35 costs around $120 million in U.S. dollars. This is a massive project, and now that it's faltering, one of the biggest companies involved is in jeopardy. Moreover, what's happening in America right now? One incident after another is occurring, and you have to wonder if we're heading back to the Kennedy era. Trump has set up an investigation team to look into all this. Will the report he receives be truthful? The challenge is huge. Think about it. This was a military helicopter that directly collided with a civilian aircraft. The world is watching, trying to understand what happened. People are devastated, even crying. One man said he wished it had been his wife who was pushed off the plane and survived. She had called him saying, "I'm almost there," and after that, the crash happened. He said, "I don't know what to do with my life now." The rescue operation is ongoing, but the cold weather is a major factor, and surviving in such conditions is extremely difficult. This is one of the most horrific events in American history, and it feels like everything is falling apart. The next stage is showing signs that things are getting worse in America, and no one is ready to take over. Now, think about what Trump is going to do next. He will push to recover the $900 billion from the military audit. Events will keep happening in America, one after another. Robert Kiyosaki has made it clear that February will mark the beginning of the biggest crash in history, both for America and the world. When the crash happens, it will lead to bankruptcy for many U.S. companies, and this situation will impact the entire world. The crypto market will rise in such a scenario, even though it is based on currencies with no real backing like gold or anything else. As you look at the situation, try connecting the dots to understand how everything unfolded. This event is so dangerous that it has shaken the White House. Trump is furious and says that he's investigating everything and something will be done to prevent this from happening again. But the question is, what if the report says that a foreign power was responsible for this, taking control of the helicopter? What will be left for the U.S. military to do?